What is going on, everybody? So I hear a lot of people talking about performance pay still, and it is a big thing to get over, like mentally as a business owner. It's really hard to implement. It feels like weird, and how do I not underpay or overpay my employees, or how do I implement it, or this or that? I was in the same boat as you. So it took me several years to finally get this thing implemented. I started, stopped, started, stopped, started, stopped. And finally, now, the last time I told myself, I'm going to start this up and I'm not going to stop because I hear so many success stories about it that if it works for others, then I know it will work for me. So I'm here to kind of share my story, show you, take a look at my spreadsheet. Um, so performance pay is really, really cool. So it really helps you get out of the truck. So when you are paying your guys hourly, a lot of times as you're like trying to step out of the field and get out of the truck, there's no incentive for your guys to hurry up and get a job done or work efficiently or anything like that, which requires you, the business owner, to kind of stand over their shoulder and watch to make sure that they're pumping out quality work. With performance pay, you're incentivizing them to work a little bit faster, do more jobs, work more efficiently, etc. So it is a very, very cool method, and it's actually much simpler to implement than you think. We just get in so many of these mental roadblocks. We, as business owners, get in our own heads, and it affects the way we, execute or think about things. And I'm here to share with you that it is much easier to implement this and go, and it will save you a lot of future time managing your employees, etc. So what I have here is my performance pay calculator. This is a sheet that I do sell. I sell this for $375. There are apps out there that cost $200 per month. I have demoed just about every single one of them. None of them do what my spreadsheet does for free month over month over month. So I have demoed these products while continuously putting my same information in here, and they just don't work like my spreadsheet works. It's I know there's going to be people that hate me for saying this, but they're just, the apps are lacking. Um, so in this document here, I have a couple of different things. There is some free information that I've included links for too, and I have videos and documents in here. There are my long version contract. There is a free version that's available on Mike Andy's P4P website. On it's a small contract, a pay contract that you can go get for free. I've just attached it here. You're not paying me for his information. You're paying me for the build out of this tracker here. So the other thing that we'll have in here is a P4P overview. Again, it's going to walk you through how this works, how to fill this out, a sample long version contract of my own that's like 1,000,000 pages long that nobody's ever read in their life. Because again, me as a business owner, I try to think of every scenario possible. Mike's free like 1-page contract, which is really, really nice. I recommend like probably going with his. You can take a look at my long version. There's pretty much nothing that I left out. And you could, add to the other contract. I have a sample of my performance pay rules. So how things get paid out, when they get paid out, incomplete jobs, for instance, what to do with those, what to do with jobs where one crew works 6 hours, the other crew works 4 hours on it, or you got 10 crews on one job. How does all that work? So I have that included in there. I also include my calculator for that helping crew adjustment, because I know that is always a question of like, how do I split the jobs up? I have that calculator right here for you. There's a video on how to use the calculator. It's right here in this in this document here. But let's go ahead and roll over performance pay really, really quickly one more time. You'll hear people say, oh, should I do a base plus hourly or a base plus commission? So you'll have that option. Or should I just do straight commission? Well, I'm here to tell you that they kind of are the same thing if you think about it. I chose the latter, the commission only. So I felt like I don't want to fool with the hourly plus base because it doesn't really motivate the guys that much, in my opinion, because they're still going to milk the clock. Who cares? They're getting a really good base wage. Why would a small percentage incentivize them? I didn't like that. I wanted to give them a fat percent. Let's give them a big chunk, a big number percent. And that's the way I went. I just went straight commission. So let me just break this down in simple terms. So here in this box here, I have, I set all my base pays. And again, if you purchase this document, there's videos on how to use this, how to fill it out, how to modify it, and the rules that you can put in here and implement like tomorrow. So let's go, for instance, this person right here, we're going to say service one is $1,000. This is really, really simple math. And I'll explain this to you here in just a second. Let's say he makes a 10% commission. Okay. What you have here is, let's say he works 1 hour. Okay, so what you have here is his total commission, 1,000 times 10%. He's getting $100 for this job. You're going to see his day base pay, $20. Okay, you're going to ignore that. This is what he's making on the day. Now, when we scroll all the way over here, and I put this little cool thing in here, takes me right over here to the box. You're going to see the check breakdown. So total hours that he worked is 1 hour. His total performance pay was $100. His hourly was $20. And his bonus, his leftover amount of that 100 is $80. So he got $80 bonus, $20 per hour equals his total $100. Okay. This has been well thought out, and this is like version 1500. Okay. So I've worked through all the bugs that you could possibly work through on this sheet. I've been through it all. I've been through the ringer. This thing works amazing. Okay, so let me explain this to you really fast. He worked 1 hour for $20 an hour, and he made $100 commission total. So the way that's broken down is total bonus minus his 1 hour gives him an $80 bonus and gives him 1 hour of pay, which is $20. So you still have to do this if you are doing commission style pay. You have to report to the federal government. You have to show proof that they made minimum wage. So this document here makes sure that you never go under their base pay. So you set these, you could set them, these are set at $16 an hour. This is my minimum wage out here in Washington State. $16 an hour. You can't even get anybody to work for $16 an hour. It's like $7 on the East Coast. Okay. So I like to set the base pay at minimum wage so that the guys are incentivized. If they want to make more than minimum wage, then they need to hustle, they need to work efficiently, etc. Okay. So what this document does is it protects you as a business owner from accidentally dropping them below minimum wage per week. Okay, so they can never make under this $16 an hour, whatever you set the base pay to. Okay, so you are going to be safe. You're not going to ever have to worry about them dropping under base pay. Okay, so for instance, let's circle back over here and let's take a look at this. Let's say he worked 40 hours on this little $1,000 job. So this is going to show you his bonus was 100. We're going to zoom all the way over here. Okay, so let's say he worked 40 hours. This is what you would have to do anyway. Obviously, this employee sucks. Excuse my language. And you're probably not going to keep this employee for very long after seeing performance like this. But let me break this down for you. He worked 40 hours. His base pay was $20 an hour. You could again set this at minimum wage, whatever. He is entitled legally his $800. Okay, so you have to pay him $800 for doing that $1,000 job. As you can see here, his total bonus pay is zero. He made no bonus. He basically erased his entire bonus because he took so long doing the job. Okay, so this spreadsheet here protects you, the business owner, from underpaying your employees. Okay. Couple other cool things on this is that let's put this back at 1. Okay, let's say he was working so fast he ruined some equipment, lost some tools. Obviously he blew through this $1,000 job in 1 hour. He lost $25 worth of tools. Okay, so we're going to put the adjustment in there. I don't do deductions often, so I'm going to have to see if I need to put a negative sign there. And there it is. So nope, it is correct. No negative sign. Okay, so what happened here was he lost some tools. I made a deduction to recover the cost of the tools that he lost. And so what it's been deducted from was it was deducted from his bonus. And look, he still gets his hourly. Okay, so this sheet is really protecting you. You cannot deduct below an employee you cannot deduct enough to take the employee below minimum wage for the pay period for the week. An employee must make over minimum wage for the week. Okay, so this protects them, protects you, the business owner, as well. Tips, you can't deduct from hourly and you cannot deduct from tips. You can only deduct from the bonus the employee makes. So this sheet again protects you there. You can't deduct from the tips or the hourly pay. You can only deduct from the bonus. So you have that option as well. I've set this up, you got your tip section here, so you can put your tips in. You can put your customer names in here. And a lot of times, sometimes we'll do services that pay out different percentages in the same day. So I put service 1, commission 1, service 2, commission 2. So you have the option of putting another $1,000 ticket on here that maybe pays out, 5%. So you have that option as well. And as you can see, you have a little flexibility here. And again, and then finally, this is set up on a 2-week period. So you have week 1 and you have week 2. And then you have down here a payroll summary for the 2 weeks. So this is all set up. This is in the format that most accountants want it in. So typically our team just fills this out on the daily, and they simply select all of this like that. They copy it. Any notes that you have about the pay period, you right click it, copy it, and you put it right in an email and send it right over to your accountant. So that is how this works. I've made it really, really easy and adjustable. So, you can do things like this. You start your pay period there, and this auto formats the days for all of the weeks. So as you can see here, if this was the start, all that adjusts for you so that you're on track. You simply adjust everything in yellow is manual entry. Everything in gray automatically goes. So anything that is in gray will automatically calculate for you. You can change the name of your employees here. And as you can see, it will change down here and on the payroll summary all the way down at the bottom. So a lot of flexibility on this sheet here. This makes it very, very simple to implement and to get going immediately. So last thing I want to talk about is And I'll put this in the notes to make sure that you start watching at the 15-minute mark. So one thing that you want to do to implement this system, let's say you're paying your guys hourly right now. Like, how do you get them hyped up to do this? So one way that I did it is you have to sell your employees on this. So you have to tell them, ask them, do you want to make money, more money in less time? Because that's what's going to happen. As soon as you switch over to the system, your rock star guys are going to love the system. They're going to make more money in less time worked. Most of your guys, they're going to finish a week's worth of work in like 10 hours or in 30 hours, basically 10 hours less than they normally would. They're going to work much more efficiently. You're going to have guys, you probably have guys working for you right now that are milking the clock, and they're terrible and they're inefficient in everything. Okay. Those guys are bad for you right now. So when you put them on performance pay, they are going to leave. So be prepared for that. They will leave, but guess what? They're costing you money right now, and there's no reason for you to even have them. Okay. So you're going to have a higher level of employees once you implement the system. The other really cool thing that you're going to see is that when you do lose those bad apples, your rock star guys are going to like this so much that they're going to want the extra jobs that the other guys were milking. So you're going to have guys actually complete more work in less time. So you will actually see an increase in production. Okay. One final thing I can't remember. Okay, I remembered what I was going to say. The last final thing is I want to make you aware is you are initially going to feel performance pay in your pocket, okay? Your first pay period should be higher than normal. So the reason I say that is because you got to get your guys to buy into this thing. So on the first pay period, I kind of just let things roll. The guys did really well. They saw the increase in their checks. And then week 2, week 3, it starts to even out. Okay. So that is one thing that you got to keep in mind. So you got to make sure you're going to feel it cash flow wise on when you first cycle this thing in. But after a few weeks, a few pay periods, a few months, it's like it never even existed, and you're golden. The other thing this helps you do is like ICAP our most of our some services are higher, some are lower, but the average is about 23% on our budget sheet. So with payroll taxes, we typically stay under 25% for technician labor. We've even seen as low as 17%. And the guys are still making, really good money between 20, 30, sometimes 40. I've even had guys make $88 an hour. Okay. I was happy to pay them. They got a commercial job done that would have taken an hourly employee, a full 7 days to do. And these guys went ahead and knocked it out on a 2-day weekend. So, again, the guys that want the money are going to do more work, and they're going to do it quicker. So, again, you're going to feel it initially, and you need to kind of take it on the chin a little bit because you need to show that it does work for your guys. It would really suck to tell your guys how great this system is and then to shortchange them on the first pay period. You're going to get guys that drop out. They don't like it. They're going to want to go back to hourly. Okay. So that is one thing you got to keep in mind on this, and you need to implement it and get moving and go and stick with it. Okay. It's going to help you budget your labor over the course of the year. It's going to keep you under budget. It's going to keep guys from milking the clock. You're not going to have to manage your guys. You're not going to have to stand over them. It is a dream come true. Okay. You're still going to have a little issues here and there, but for the most part, guys standing around talking in the morning before they're getting out of the shop, taking long lunch breaks, bathroom breaks, stopping everywhere to get lunch and breakfast and dinner. Like, you're not going to have that. The guys know that the faster they work, the faster they can get off the clock, and they can still make their money and get home and do whatever they want to do. Okay, so just a couple things to keep in mind there. If you want a copy of this spreadsheet, I will drop a link or I'll drop my email or link, or you can Facebook message me wherever you find this and get a hold of me. Again, if you do buy a copy of this, I will keep you updated. Any bugs or anything that I come across, because I use this in both of my companies. I will send you an updated copy. Okay, so you won't be in the dark there. Again, I usually charge $375 for this. Comes with a lot of different stuff, and very easy. Protects you as the business owner from underpaying your employees, and you don't have to worry about paying 200, $300 a month for some of these apps that are like annoying to use. This is like free. After you pay for it, you can use it over and over and over and over. Okay. So super cool. Anywho, all right, guys, have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you later. If you need anything, give me a holler.